another breaking update. This is straight away what we are getting from the Supreme Court as far as the convict in the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination case. Perarivalan has now been given the release order. Now, this is coming straight from the Supreme Court, where the final call was to be taken today. A favourable verdict that is coming for AG Perarivalan, who will now could possibly pave way for the release of the other 6 convicts in the case, including Nalini Sriharan and her husband, Murugan. Let me go across to Harish now. Harish, what happened in court?
Yes, it's a big release. The Supreme Court has, in fact, ordered the release of the convict Perarivalan, and it said that this. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please go on.
Yes, it's a very big development in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. The Supreme Court has ordered release of convict Perarivalan. Supreme Court has said that no exercise under Article 161 can have inexplicable delay, and it can be subjected to judicial review. And Supreme Court has also considered the fact that Perarivalan had spent 31 years in jail and also his good conduct. Supreme Court, in fact, quashed Tamil Nadu Governor's 25/1/2021 order, by which he had forwarded his mercy petition to the President. Supreme Court has taken very serious view of the fact that no action was taken on the mercy plea for 3 years and 8 months. This despite the Tamil Nadu government recommending his release of all 7 convicts in this case.
Right, the Supreme Court has also noted that Perarivalan had spent nearly 31 years in jail. Mr. Suman C. Raman also with us on the phone line. Sir, what does it mean for the other 6 convicts?
Well, that we will have to wait and see. But because the case of Perarivalan was quite different, because his role was believed to be limited, and there was also the very, very serious concern as to whether he was aware of the purpose for which he was buying the batteries. So I'm not sure that this automatically means that the other 6 are going to be released. But this is most welcome. I think this has been long overdue as well. But finally, it is good that the Honorable Supreme Court has categorically ordered his release.
Right. Mr. Raman, thank you very much for joining in. Mr. Rajashekaran also with us on the phone line. Sir, what is being said as far as against the governor? The Supreme Court has taken a strong note of that, saying that the governor had to decide the remission plea himself and could not have forwarded it to the president. That is what is being noted by the Supreme Court, sir.
Yes. This is the rarest of the rare case we have been witnessing now. The Honorable Supreme Court has taken serious note of the lacuna in the Governor's office of Tamil Nadu. And also, this case is going to become a benchmark judgment. And the other convicts happens to be maybe 2 or 3. A couple of them are foreign nationals. I don't know what would be the view of the Honorable Supreme Court with regard to the other convicts release. But today, after 31 years of conviction, and Perarivalan has been released. And I think it is a huge setback for the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi's followers and their family, because the Prime Minister of India was assassinated. I am not going into the merits and demerits of the matter. The Honorable Supreme Court has taken a decision which is welcomed by many, and of course, definitely there would be some kind of opposition from the Congress party and their sympathizers and followers.
Well, that remains to be seen, Mr. Rajashekaran, because this is a breaking news that has just happened in the Supreme Court, ordering the release of Perarivalan. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. Going straight to also Shilpa, because Shilpa, what does it mean politically? What is being said that despite the cabinet giving a go-ahead on the recommendation there, why no action was taken for the last 3 years and 8 months? That is being questioned by the Supreme Court.
Well, absolutely. In fact, the Supreme Court time and again during the course of its hearing had questioned as to why the governor sat on this recommendation passed by the state cabinet in 2018 for so many years. And in fact, it even went on to question the powers of the governor. The governor, of course, the then governor Banwarilal Purohit had forwarded the state cabinet recommendation to the president, saying that, only the president can take a decision. So all of this was questioned by the Supreme Court. And today, of course, they have released Perarivalan. Perarivalan is a free man now after serving around 31 years in prison. he will now be released from prison, and this is what the Supreme Court has ordered today. In fact, the Supreme Court went on to say that no exercise under Article 161 can have inexplicable delay and it can be subjected to judicial review. Remember, the state cabinet had recommended for the release of all 7 life convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case under Article 161, and the Supreme Court says no exercise under Article 161 can have inexplicable delay. And it of course went on to say that the state cabinet had taken its decision based on relevant considerations, and in exercise of Article 142 it is appropriate to release the convict. That is of course what the Supreme Court noted, and they of course went on to say that we are not impressed to remand back the matter to the governor. So clearly the Supreme Court at this point
Supreme Court there, Harish, what does it mean for the other 6 convicts now? And of course, if legally speaking, can you help us understand what happens next as far as the release that has now been ordered by the Supreme Court of Perarivalan?
Yes, the Supreme Court's order to release Perarivalan is very important because this might have implication on the 6 other convicts also, including Nalini and Murugan. Remember, because way back in September 2018, the Tamil Nadu government and the ADMK government had recommended the release of all the 7 convicts, and not only Perarivalan, the mercy petition of all the 6 other convicts were also pending before the governor, and he had after Perarivalan moved Supreme Court, governor had only singled out Perarivalan's petition to be forwarded to the president. But the Supreme Court has struck down that decision of January 2021, whereby the governor Banwarilal Purohit had forwarded Perarivalan's mercy plea to the president. So today, while the Supreme Court has ordered release of Perarivalan, it brings hope to the 6 other convicts also, because the state cabinet, as I said, had recommended the release also along with Perarivalan, and Supreme Court has already taken very serious view of the fact that despite the cabinet more than 3 years and 8 months ago recommending the release of all these convicts, why the governor was sitting on this decision. So this order, this judgment from Supreme Court is applicable, can be treated as a precedent, not only by Perarivalan, who has...
Mr. Sarvanan is also with us. Let's get a first response from the DMK on what they have to say, because now that the verdict that has been announced of the release of Perarivalan in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, how do you look at it?
See, this is an humanitarian gesture more than anything else. The Supreme Court has listened to the humanitarian pleas raised by Mr. Perarivalan, and this is one thing. The other thing is the Supreme Court has indicted the governor. I think that is the most sweetest thing what we can hear. The governor was doing things which he ought not to do, and he was not doing things which he ought to do. He sent the Perarivalan's plea to the president, which he ought not to have done, and he was holding back the need plea which he ought to have sent to the president. So this indictment, I think this will ensure that the governor behaves properly and in terms, in consonance with the constitutional principles. So in those ways, we totally welcome this judgment.
Right.
And Mr. Perarivalan, let us not forget that Mr. Perarivalan was given a clean sheet by the investigating officer, Mr. Tyagarajan.
Yes.
He filed an affidavit stating that he intentionally recorded the statement of Mr. Perarivalan so that he could be booked under TADA. So this is...
All right, stay with us, Mr. Sarvanan. We're also